What up, YouTube family? So in this video, we're going to talk about the $1 million mindset, okay? Because I do believe that your thoughts dictate your action and your action dictates your results, all right? So what goes in here is what's going to do, and whatever you're going to do, dude, and that's what your result is. So if you're not happy with your results, okay, if you're not happy with where you're at in life, the one thing you need to change is right here. This is corrupted. That is why your outcome is not what you want it to be, okay? So I want to share. So any question you got, drop in the chat and let me know. My whole thing is I'm going to share with you how I went from making $8.50 an hour to becoming the first millionaire in my family, the first generation millionaire. Who here is like, that's one of your goals? One of your goals to break the curse and become the first generation millionaire in your bloodline. In your bloodline, man, in your family. All right? So I'm going to show you how I overcome all the struggle and able to make it to the top and get into that 1% earner, okay? So comment and let me know that is you, okay? So I want to say it's not where you start, okay, but it's where you end up, okay? It's not where you start, okay? So regardless where you start, I used to live in a shed behind a mobile home park, and I made it out there. I went from living in a shed to now owning 14 rental properties. If you would have met me at 18, 19 and tell me, hey, Khang, one day, bro, okay, one day you will drive a Ferrari and you will own 14 rentals, I would say, get the hell out of here, bro. Are you on crack? Are you smoking something, bro? So it tells you that it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is where you end up, and that you keep on going, you keep on fighting. Whatever it is you want in life, my friend, it is out there. You just got to go out there and fight for your share. Fight for your piece of the pie, because it ain't going to come to you. It ain't going to fall into your lap. You got to go out there and you got to hustle and you got to grind. You got to have thick skin. Okay. A lot of you, dude, you're a snowflake. Okay. You make a couple phone calls and then you get people cussing you out, hanging up on you. And you're like, oh man, Khang, I don't know if I can handle this. Sound like a little beat right now, right? Sound like a little beat right now, dude. You ain't going to make it in the real world. Okay. That's why I believe that the people who are street smart are the one that's actually going to make it to the top. If you're street smart, you get into entrepreneurship, you're going to dominate, you're going to crush, because you know how to maneuver around shit. Typically, the one who's book smart, they ain't going to make it in the real world, because they're too much about going by the book. They've been brainwashed, right? 12 years being in that education, and then another 8 years in college. Get a piece of paper, get a good J.O. to B, put your money in the 401k, the Roth IRA, the 402k, it doesn't matter, and then work until you're 65, and then retire with Social Security and 401k. And that's their whole game plan. And then they've been brainwashed. So when you tell them, hey, try this, they said it don't work. They said it's just, oh, shoot. Okay, I got to end this TikTok live. Okay. So I need you guys to understand, okay? And I also need you to understand that it's not how hard you work, but it's what you do for work that will make you rich. So stop thinking that you got to work harder. Stop thinking you got to get 2-3 jobs, okay? But focus on find one good one that will pay for your income, that will pay for your monthly expense, and then find something that you can do on the side and then build a business out of it, okay? Now listen, building a business is not easy. Building a business is hard, but working for someone else is also hard. You just got to choose your hard, okay? But only one will make you rich, okay? Period, the end, all right? So my whole thing is, after living in the shed I was making $8.50 at the time. And Lana and I, what we did, our first little business was a hair extension kiosk in the mall. Okay. And that kiosk lead us to actually getting into real estate at the age of 27. And for those of you who don't know my story, I actually started out as a fix and flipper, where we actually buy the property, we fix it, and then we flip it. And we took massive amount of risk. I pay over 6-figure to get a mentor because I didn't know how to play the game. I have no construction background. I have no real estate experience, and I have no friends or family members that are in that industry. Okay? So my whole thing is, dude, every self-made millionaire that I met or multimillionaire that I met has a mentor. The question is, do you have a mentor? To me, having a mentor is like a GPS. Imagine getting into a car, and you are here and you want to go to a place you've never been, right? Let's just say that you're in Seattle and you want to get to New York and you've never been to New York. And you have to drive there and you're like, oh my gosh, right? But imagine if you get into a car, you punch in the address where you want to go, and it tells you where to go. It tells you where to turn, right? And how to get there. So to me, I look at that as like a mentor. Mentor is like a GPS, okay? Now, can you figure it out? Yes, you can. By yourself? Absolutely. But how much time it's going to take you? How long it's going to take you? How many U-turn you have to do? How many wrong turn you have to do to get there? So my whole thing is having a mentor. It's like a shortcut. It's like someone telling you, hey, I've already been there. I'll show you how to get there. Here's how you do it. Here's the game plan. Put in the work, stay committed, and boom, take action. Make sense? So I got into the whole fix and flip game. My first deal after hiring my mentor, I found the deal on the market. At that time, it was 2011, 2012. So at the time, there was a lot of deal on the MLS, and I submitted a lot of offer. And finally, an offer got accepted. I remember we bought the house. We bought the house for $63,000. So a lot of you be like, well, Khang, where do you get that money? Well, we actually did what's called a line of credit. So I went to the bank. I got a line of credit or a HELOC loan, right? A line of credit against my house. So the bank will loan you 90%, okay, on the ARV, which is on the appraised value of your current property, of your own residence. So if you own house, the bank will loan you 90% on it. So let's just say you own the property free and clear, and it's worth $100,000. The bank will loan you $90,000, which is, up to 90%. And if it's your rental property, the bank will only loan you up to 75. In my whole case, only 75%. There are some banks that's really rare. If you build good relationship with them, they might go up to 80%, depending on your cash flow, right, and your reserve. But typically, most banks will loan you 75% on the appraised value on a rental property and 90% on your own resident. So Lon and I got a line of credit, and that's how we bought the first house. We spent about, I think, almost $50,000 to rehab it. Listed back on the property. Took us about 3 to 4 months. I have no construction background. I couldn't even put a doorknob together. So my mentor was like, hey, Khang, you should hire a general contractor. And that's what we did. We hired a general contractor. The first project went really well. We finished it, I think, in like 2-3 months. Put it on the market. Got a full price offer within like 2 days. And then we closed it, I think, within 45 days. So it took me about, let's just say, 4 months or so. Got a paycheck after all the closing costs and all the fees. I made $50,000, $50,000 net. And then me and my mentor has a deal where he'd be like, I pay him already, and then we split the first 3 deals, so it's 50-50. So I gave him $25K, so I ended up keeping $25,000. And I took that money and I keep on reinvesting back into the business. Okay, reinvest back into the business. But I did the whole fix and flip for 4.5 years. And let me tell you, it is one of the worst business to get into, and it's the most riskiest business to get into. One bad deal can bankrupt you. One bad deal. That's all it takes. One bad deal, man, can bankrupt you. So after 4.5 years, my biggest mistake was I was trying to go too fast, too quick. I haven't learned the in and out of the business yet. I was still learning. I haven't had a team in place yet, a solid team. But all I was doing is chasing deals. right? Because I was competing with other investor instead of focus on my own game plan. I was looking at other investors. They were doing, 4 to 5 flip a month, and I'm only doing, 2 or 3 a year. So I was like, dude, I need to amp up my game, right? So my finance was not in place. My team was not in place. And I was so new into the game, and I was trying to go too fast, too quick. And that was my biggest mistake. And I almost lost. I got to the point where I had $1.5 million tied up. I couldn't leverage anymore. I couldn't borrow anymore. So that's when one of my local investors said, hey, Khang, you're so good at finding deals and negotiating them. Why don't you just wholesale? I said, oh, come on, man. Shit. I have no choice. So now I have to learn the game of wholesaling. But I have so many investors. I have a lot of buyers in my bucket list already. So I end up sending this lady. Her house was listed on the market, but they called it expired listing. So they took it off the market. It's called expired listing. I sent her a letter saying, hey, I'm interested in buying your house, and I got a cash offer for you, yada, yada, yada. She calls me up, negotiated with her. And we met at McDonald's, signed the contract right there and then. I found the buyer in 2 days, closed that sucker in 15 days, and I made $28,000. And that right there to me was life-changing moment. It only cost me, I think, $100, which is the earnest money deposit. So I was like, dude, I didn't have to buy the property. I didn't have to fix it up. And I made $28,000 in 15 days with just $100. I say, dude, Khang, what if you do this once, twice, 3, 4 times a month? So I end up shutting down my whole fix and flip operation. I went all into wholesaling. And that's what got me out of the hole and became a millionaire at the age of 32. Okay. I'm 41 now. So I spent the last 9 years waking up whenever I want, do whatever I want, whenever I want, and most importantly, it's with whoever the F that I want. Boom. All right. So if I can do it as a high school dropout, okay, grew up dirt poor. I used to catch frogs for dinner. And some of you are going to ask me, hey, Khang, how does frogs taste like chicken? It does, but a little bit better. All right. It does, but a little bit better. All right. So if I can do it, there's no reason why you can't. The only difference between you and I is one, is how determined are you? 2, okay, how committed are you? Number 3 is how much work you put in, how much effort you put in. Because whatever you put in, dude, that's what you're going to get back, period. Okay? So you cannot put in 10% and expect to get 100% back. Okay? You got to go all in, my friend. You got to so laser focus. You got to go all in, okay? And keep your eyes on the price, okay? Okay, keep your priorities straight. A lot of you, dude, the reason why you're like, Khang, I don't know what to do with my life, because you don't have your priority right, okay? Number 1 is figure out what it is that you want to do, okay? And number 2, dude, is just go all in on it. Figure out what it is you want to do. You'll be like, well, Khang, I don't know what I want to do. No, you do know what you want to do. You know what you want to do. You want to make money? You don't have a J-O to B? Get a J-O to B. First move. Okay, you're like, oh man, Khang, I don't know. Get a J-O-B. Okay, get some income coming in. And then the next thing is, the next move is, okay, now what do you want to do? You got the J-O-B, the incomes will pay for your current lifestyle. You live below your means, live frugal, live cheap, so you can stack away as much cash as you can because you need to stay liquid. The next move is now figure out what you want to do. You want to wholesale? You want to flip cars? You want to flip Pokemon cards? You want to trade meme coins? You want to do stocks? You want to do Amazon drop shipping, right? What is it? You want to open up a restaurant, a bubble tea shop? Figure out what it is you want to do. Then the next move, okay, once you figure out, you'll be like, hey, Khang, I want to get into real estate. Perfect. Right? Perfect. Okay, you want to get into real estate. Now that you have decided you want to get into real estate, okay, the next move is figure out what you want to do. You want to buy and hold? You want to fix and flip? Or you want to wholesale? That's the 3 thing, man. I can tell you right now, you don't have any money to buy and hold. So get that out of the way. You want to fix and flip? It's the most riskiest business. If I were you, get rid of that. Wholesaling. Wholesaling is the quickest and the fastest way to make money in real estate. It is the quickest and the safest. Okay? Because you're not going to buy the property. You're not going to spend a bunch of time fixing it up, dealing with contractor, city, permit, all of that. There's much more to learn if you want to go the fix and flip route. There's just much more to learn. Much more to learn. Wholesaling is simple. Find a motivated seller with a distressed property, negotiate with them, put the property in a contract for 30 to 60 days with a contingent, with an inspection contingent, then find a buyer, an investor who wants to fix and flip it, sell the contract, make your money, get in, get out, move on to the next deal. It's that simple. Worst case, you lose your earnest money deposit. You don't need a license. You don't need a college degree. You don't need a GED. You don't even need to know your A, B, the C to actually wholesale. Okay? So that's what you want to do. You want to figure it out. Okay? And then you want to start making move. Because you need to understand, a dream without a plan is just a wish. Let me say that again. Okay? A dream without a plan. Some of you have big goals, big dreams. Khang, I want to be a millionaire. I want to retire my parents. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, what's your plan? If you got no plan, dude, then you're just drifting. You're just wishing. You're just wishing that one day that will happen. Okay? So you need to have a goal. Then you need to have a plan. How are you going to execute it? Okay? And then a goal with a plan, but without action. And this is where 99% of you are. You got a goal, you got a plan, but you got no action. So all you're doing is bullshit talking, okay? All you do is you yap, okay? A goal with a plan, but without action, then you're just yapping, okay? For everything to actually work, you got to have a goal, you got to have a plan, and then you got to take massive action. Now, at first, you're not going to have everything figured out. You need to understand that. You're not going to have everything figured out, but you need to take the leap of faith. You need to make the move, regardless if it's the right move or the wrong move, because you're not going to know if it's the right or the wrong move unless you make a move. Okay? Unless you make a move. Okay? So that's my suggestion to you, is make the move even when you don't see the whole staircase. That's the quote. Okay? Take that first step, even if you don't see the whole staircase, man, because it requires faith. Everybody that got rich, that decided to do something, Bill Gates, okay, Warren Buffett, dude, all of those guys, okay, Zuckerberg, all of those guys, they did not have everything. Elon Musk did not have everything figured out, but they continue to do it, and then they start to figure it out, and that's how you do it. Majority of you, all you do is you overthink, and the analyze paralyze you. You overthink, and you just sit there and you be like, oh man, I'm so afraid to make the wrong move. I'm so afraid to lose. I'm so afraid to fail. And the reason you're afraid to fail, because you're afraid your friends or your family will judge you. Will say, dude, I told you so. I told you not to try it. And listen, it's always the average people that judge you. But the successful people will never judge you. You know why? Because they themselves have gone through the same path that you were. They understand you cannot succeed without failing. So they will never judge you. They will never judge you for trying. It's only the regular average people who will judge you, who will criticize you. And that's why you haven't made a move, because you're afraid to fail. And some of you, you're afraid to lose money. You like to say you want to make 100,000, but you're afraid to invest 1,000. You got to understand, my friend, scare money ain't going to make you money. So a lot of times what it is that you got to look at the reward. How bad do you want the 100K? What is saving 1,000 going to do to you? Is it going to change your life? No. But that 100,000 will. So you got to make the move. Okay? You cannot make $1 million without losing thousands. There's just no way. Right? You cannot make millions without losing thousands. You cannot make hundreds without losing, hundreds of thousands. Tens of thousands, actually. You want to make millions? You got to lose tens of thousands. That's just how the game works. Because you have to go through the trial and the error. You hire someone, they didn't work out, you fire them. Okay? You invest into systems, program that might not work. You might go to a mastermind, hire a mentor, that might not work out. But that's what it takes. It takes lose to actually win. You can't win without losing. I don't care. Dude, even the greatest of the greatest. Could you tell me one person that have always win and never lose? Tell me. Drop me one person that always win and never lose. None. It doesn't exist. Okay? Because you can't have ups without down. And everybody's like, oh, Khang, I just want to be happy. Dude, you can't be happy if you don't have sad days. Those sad days, dude, is what allows you to know what happiness is. It makes you realize what you want in life, what's most important to you. Okay, so you gotta have the lows to have the high. You cannot have highs without lows, my friend. Okay? Just like a mountain, dude. There's a peak, there's a bottom. Okay? So understand. All right? So once again, you guys, if you want to change your life, it start with changing your mindset. And here is something that I suggest you do. Number one is listen to Think and Grow Rich, or get the book. Think and Grow Rich. Okay? That's dude, that book's changed my life. Okay? And one thing I want you to also understand is stop being a bookworm, man. Stop saying, hey, Khang, I read one book a day, one book a month. Who cares, dude? Who cares about how many books you read? You know what I care about? Is how much action you took from the book. What did you implement? I don't care if you read one book a day, bro. Who cares about you reading one book a day when you don't do right? TikTok just warned me the other time, so I got to watch my language, okay? So think about it. How many people do you know that saying, Khang, I went to all the seminars, I read all the books, I listened to all the podcasts, I watch all your video. You know that there are people who follow me for years and still haven't done nothing. And because they're in the mode of just education. Dude, knowledge without execution is worthless. So some of you, you don't need more knowledge. You just need to execute on the knowledge that you already have. Okay? So, for me, I like to say there's no lack of knowledge. There's no lack of information. There's just lack of action. And a lot of you need to take action. You want to see results? You got to take action. Results doesn't come from reading more books, listening to more podcasts, going to more seminars, hiring more mentors. It comes from you taking action. Okay? Understood? All right. So, and the whole thing is with the New Year resolution. I see a lot of people set New Year resolution. And I can almost guarantee you this, that 9 out of 10 of them has already dropped, has already gone back to their old life, the 2024 lifestyle. So it's not about setting New Year resolution, but about what is your priority? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to get done? And it should have already been done yesterday. Okay? So stop worrying about, I got to set goals. Dude, setting goals is great, but it ain't going to do shit. Ain't going to do nothing, okay? Just focus on what you need to get done and just put your head down and just grind. And just do it. Okay? Khang, quick questions. What do you think about flipping a house? Once again, man, I just said it. Fixing and flipping is the worst business to get into. The most risky, okay? It's the most riskiest business to get into. The most headaches. The most stress. One of the toughest business to get into, dude. So instead of focus on, hey, fix and flip that property, why don't you just get under contract and then wholesale it and make a quick 20 to 25K? Get in, get out, and don't have to worry about the mess. Let someone else deal with the prima donna drama. Okay? Khang, I got kingdata.ai last week, and I'm building my call list now. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Dude, you know how many people I know that sign up for the software and waste my money, and they went and skip trace and never done anything. Some even sign up and never even touch it again. Come on, man. Shit, bro. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Dude, I look forward to seeing you closing your first deal, man. Mike said, how can I learn how to wholesale? Mike, go to the link on my bio, okay? Go to the link on my bio, man. Question, can I come up? Yes, let me send you an invite. Okay, let me send you an invite. We got about like 5 minutes. What up, bro? Hello? Hello, what up? Yep, what's your name, bro? Yep. Yep.
Let's say I have a goal I want to achieve. I don't know how achievable it is. I'm trying to make 7 to 10 grand by, say, April 10th. Am I better off just going Zillow, FSBO, undercutting and pay the financing? Or do I have to, all the cold calls? What would you recommend to try to get that? Yeah, I'm going to, probably like a zero answer, but what would you recommend to try to make 5 to 7 grand by, I don't know, April 10th, realistically, in my account? I know with real estate, it's hard, things can happen. What would you recommend them?
Okay, Chris, what have you done already, bro?
I've dabbled, I've looked at some stuff on Zillow. I've said, I've heard about, the best list, like Fire List or Watershed of and so forth. What have I done? Honestly, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, good. Well, Chris, first off, man, I appreciate the honesty. Second of all, bro, and that is your problem. Your problem is that, dude, you're like, hey, I want to get a deal by, but you haven't done anything. So what you need to do, dude, is stop overthinking, right? When you heard someone said, hey, let's call for sale by owner on Zillow, call them and start making offer, dude. So remember, dude, every call that you don't make is a missed opportunity, right? And it costs you nothing, bro, to make the calls and just getting into the game. But my advice to you is that if you want to get a deal done in the next 30 to 60 days, if I were you, dude, is that you got to focus on off-market deals. So what I would do, I'll go to, there's a software that we use, dude. It's called kingdata.ai, right? KINGDATA.ai. You go there, dude, and you just sign up for the basic plan. The basic plan is $149. It's a month-to-month. You can cancel anytime you want. You go there, dude, and you buy the list. Absentee owner, absentee owner, free and clear, and then what's the other one? Yeah. So here, hold on a second. I gotta pull up here, okay? And here's what I'm gonna do for you, bro. As long as you have the software, I'll pay for your skip tracing. So I would like you to go there, sign up, and you pull absentee owner, tax delinquents, and then free and clear. Those are the 3 lists I want you to pull. After you pull those lists, dude, all you need to do, skip trace directly from the site. I'll pay for all your skip tracing. As long as you have the software, you don't have to worry about it. Okay? You can skip trace 20 to 25,000 lists, dude. It would have cost you $2,500. I'll pay for every single one of them. Then all you need to do, Chris, is just pound the phone, dude, and make offer. Okay? Just call them up, dude, and just start making them a lowball cash offer. A lot of them is going to say no. But all you need is one yes. So a lot of you, that's what you need to focus on. Not everybody's going to say yes, but all you need is one yes. That's it. One person say yes. That's $20,000 to $25,000. So Chris, the average wholesale fee is $20,000 to $25,000. So if you just want to make, $5,000 to $10,000 by April 10th, which is the next 30 days, dude, one deal, baby. That's all it takes. All right. Good luck, Chris. Ricardo said, I'm ready to start. Let's go. Ricardo, let's go, baby. Love from Danning. Oh my God. Lon and I just went to Da Nang. I think, gosh, back in December. Love it. Dude, love it, man. Okay, I love it. Love it. What other question you guys got here? Best way to make money fast is being a outdoor pharmacist. I don't know, man. All right, a lot of you, dude. If all you do is you focus on getting fast money, you end up gonna lose more money than you're gonna actually make. Fast money, dude, you're gonna lose way more. Trust me. Okay. A lot of you be like, fast money. I want fast money, dude. That kind of mindset is gonna get you wrecked. It's absolutely gonna get you wrecked, because then you fall for all the scam. All the scam to say, I'm gonna show you how to, hey, right? All the get rich scam. There is no such thing as a get rich quick. There is a get rich for sure. A get rich for sure means that you're going to invest into your self-education. You need to take time to learn and acquire the skill set. Okay, and you got to put in the work, and you got to be patient. It takes longer to build a castle than it is to build a chicken coop. But a lot of you want to build a castle, but you want to do it in a time frame of a chicken coop. Dude, that's not possible. It's just not possible. Okay? And trust me, I'm just like some of you when I first started out, right? I did not have the mindset that I have today. I was just like you. I was searching for the get rich quick, and I've lost money, and it took me backward. Because I was trying to, I was trying to make fast money, and it took me backward. And not just once, not just twice, not just three, dude, it happened over and over and over again. That's when I realized, dude, Khang, there is no such thing. So I'm sharing with you because I was in your position. I was in your shoes. So I know what you're going through. I know what you're thinking. And that's why that kind of mindset will wreck you, because it wrecked me. Okay? Slow and steady is what's going to win the game. And a lot of you, what happened is that every single time when you get into a business, you overestimate what you can accomplish in 1 year. Most of you want to become a millionaire in 1 year, which likely 99.9% ain't going to happen. But you underestimate what you can accomplish in 10 years, because most of you are not willing to be patient enough for 10 years. That's your problem. It's that you're impatient. And the impatient is what's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to make you go backward. So every business that you go into, if you can just focus, you'll be like, hey, I'm committed to this for a year, 2 year, 3 year, right? That's how you're going to win. If you would understand that it takes time, and you're willing to be patient, and you're willing to put in the work each and every single day, that's how you're going to get to the top. That's how you're going to get to the top of the mountain. Okay? Don't look at the mountain, man. Just look down and just take one step at a time. That's it. So don't look up, right? Because a lot of you be like, oh man, it's just too far of a reach, but just put your head down and just go boom, 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 boom. And it doesn't matter how long. I can promise you, as long as you keep going, you will get there. Am I right or am I wrong? Have you ever started something, you'd be like, oh man, have you ever started a walk or a jog or a run? Or just driving to, you'd be like, oh man, this is going to take forever. But you have no choice. You'd be like, well, that's where I want to go. We're going to go. And then you start to walk, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, I'm already at the top. And that's what's going to happen, right? You're going to feel like that. But if you just put your head down and you just lock in and you just focus and you just zone out all the noise, which is zone out all the shiny objects, and just focus on one thing that you want to do, I can almost guarantee you, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're laser focused and you are committed, you will, your day will come. Your time will shine. You will get to where you want it to be. You will become rich. You will become the next millionaire. You will change your family tree. You will. It's just how committed are you and how patient are you? Okay? I appreciate each and every single one of you that are here. For those of you who's watching, If you want to work with me, my team, you want to get a mentorship, mentorships. I don't know why I'm adding S, but coaching. All right. This is a hands-on training. Be a part of my community. Go to coachwithkhang.com. This is where we'll help you, take you from where you are to where you want to be, whether it's closing that first deal or you want to start doing one deal a month. Go to coachwithkhang.com. Love to have you inside of my academy. All right. Until next time, family, take care, and let's go get this money.